Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I want to get into, so last week, or it might have been like 2 weeks ago, something like that, somebody left a comment on the RayBan Meta Glasses video that I posted, and I found it to be really funny. They said, is it because the quality of the video is so bad that you refuse to post videos of it? And it made me chuckle because I didn't really think about it. I guess it was in the earlier videos when I wasn't making as many YouTube videos, so I wasn't putting as much B-roll. So I was just like, no, like I just didn't really think to put that much because I was talking about other things. So inspired by that person who was kind of a dickhead, his comment, but whatever, I still took something away from it. I'm like, you know what? Let me make a full video, a day in the life of my boring life, and I'm just gonna record everything throughout the day. So for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna narrate pretty much what my thought process was while I was recording. So a lot of the times I was recording trying to push the limits to see how good the dynamic range is on the camera. So follow along my boring day. It started with going to the gym and it finished with a photo shoot and then coming home. I did record in the evening. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys a clips. So let's go to that.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into my super exciting day. First, it started off with Tank and Tiny. I wanted to record a little bit of this to see the dynamic range. That's really the biggest thing that I'm gonna be focused on this entire video. In this situation, when I was getting in, I wanted to see if it flickered or you know, when you transition and you can really see the exposure change, like there in the sky, you see it for just a quick second and then it gets back to normal. So, you know, every so often you're gonna see something like that. You're only gonna look at that if you're really paying attention, like right there, it happened again. But here I wanted to see it again. So I was just driving, look to the right. You don't really see the exposure changing, but you see detail in the shadows, you see detail in the highlights. Everything seems to be pretty damn good. So no complaints there. After that, I headed into the parking garage because I wanted to see how it handled low light. And again, seeing dynamic range in the shadows and the highlights when it's the opposite. Instead of it being completely bright, we're in a situation where it's mostly dark. Now, in real life, it's actually a little bit darker than this. And that's one thing that I noticed when I was looking back at these clips, that it actually exposes a little bit more in the dark situation in order for you to see the details. So, I mean, I like that, and it doesn't look grainy. So, you know, I'll give it some credit for that. And another thing, okay. I noticed that I was moving a lot. So when you're recording, you have to be conscious of where your head is turning, because if you turn it how you naturally move, you start to realize how much your head just constantly moves and you're constantly taking in information. Here I skipped to this where you see where there's a lot of light areas going from the dark into the brightness, and then here the opposite, going from the dark into the brightness. Well, I guess same thing, going into the brightness here, where you see it changing as you approach and it gets better and better. Again, moving my head too damn much. But here we go, going from a really light area into a very dark area. And I mean, the transition is pretty good. Also, I want to mention, guys, all these clips are 100% from the camera. I didn't change the exposure at all. There is one situation where I did change the exposure, or not exposure, I'm sorry. I did change the editing on it, and I'm going to show you guys. You're going to see it flicker. It comes up a little bit later, but here everything is straight out of the camera, and here you see detail in the shadows, you see detail in the highlights. Color is really good. Is it a little high on the greens, the saturation? Yeah, maybe, but you know, it still looks pretty good. Here I know that if I edit it, I'd probably add exposure, pull the highlights down, and it would bring it back to where I would want it to be. But besides that, everything, I mean, it looks good. There's plenty of detail there that you can manipulate, I would say. Maybe I'll make a video on that. And right here, I cut it right before it was a disaster in there. So here we go. And this is a test I wanted to do. So on the right is my iPhone 12 Pro. On the left, it's the sunglasses. And you guys tell me, personally, I kind of like the one on the left. And I did switch the iPhone to 1080p, so I didn't want to, you know, make it unfair, shoot 4K on one and 1080 on the other. So that was that. Here's what I was telling you guys about. So I was walking up to my shoot location, and there we go. Look at my little waddle. Look at that. So I was walking to it, and then how I would edit this, I probably would warm up the scene because it's in the shadow. So watch, boom. That's how I would probably edit it if I wanted it to look like how I want. Where you see the afternoon light, where it looks a little bit warmer. Because in the shadows, it always records a little bit cold. That's just the way it is. So that's how I would edit it. So I just wanted to throw that in. And I think I added a little saturation too. But every other clip from here on out, again, is back to normal without any manipulation. Over here, it was actually much darker than it looks in the video. Again, I was driving home, 7:48. Sunset was like 7:20 something or 7:30 something. So it was relatively dark. And I was surprised how much exposure it was getting, how much it was actually seeing. In the next clip that's coming up, it was completely dark. And I didn't put the video or the sunglasses to my face because I didn't want to crash. So yeah, it just looks really, really clean. I mean, it's, whatever. It's pushing it at this point, but for the evening, if you wear regular glasses, this isn't too bad. So there we go. There's a full day in Elmer's life, and now I came home and edited and recorded this. So thank you guys for watching. Actually, I'll make a little outro.
All right, guys. So that was my fun, exciting day. This is why I don't make vlogs like that, because I don't find my life to be that exciting. I just get through the day and I work basically from the time I wake up until the time I'm done. So let me know what you guys think though. What do you think about the RayBan videos? I personally think that they're great for what they are. I understand why they did it, but I wish they would have made them horizontal. Like I don't know. I hate vertical videos. I think they're the worst. So I really don't like that they didn't allow that. Obviously, they're trying to push for their platform. They want you to post on social media, and obviously that's going to be more for cell phones. I get that. But that, I would say, is my only gripe with it. Beyond that, everything is really, really good. Honestly, after filming all of this, I'm probably going to use them a lot more for B-roll and stuff like that. Again, it sucks because they're vertical, but, the quality on it is really good. So let me know what you guys think. What's your opinion on it? Have you gotten it? I know there was a few people that left comments that went and picked it up after I posted a little bit on it, and I'm sure they other reasons too, other research. I'm not the determining factor why they would get the glasses, but let me know what you guys think and anything you guys want to watch. Again, if you leave a comment, guys, I'm happy to make content. Give me ideas. I love it. And even if you are a little rude, like I'll still make it, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's going to help other people. So in any case, if you made it this far, guys, you know what to do. If you could please subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. And besides that, I hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you for watching.